So with this whole idea, there's certain badges of honor, there's certain feelings of success and progression and accomplishment that are interesting hallmarks also, or ways of measuring success. Here's one that I think is funny, is you've got 5K run, you've got all these numbers you have to accomplish, and the faster you accomplish them, the more proud you are. Oh, I did all this in 3.5 seconds. I'm exaggerating, but the idea that you increase the speed and kept any version of quality, assuming you even had quality in the beginning when you were doing it slowly. There's no slow to this, right? Except just time between. That's ludicrous. Increase in speed without progression of skill and tissue and tolerance leads to a reduction in quality. Reduction in quality means reduction in effectiveness. It's not more efficient because it's faster. It should be also a version of effectiveness. Improved efficiency while losing health is not a cool thing. In fact, that badge of honor right there, we've talked about blisters versus calluses. And what you're looking right there is a callus completely ripped off because they developed a blister underneath it. And that level of poor progression and that idea that that's cool, guys, I don't mind, I truly don't mind. If this is you and you're doing it to yourself as someone who pretends to know, but you like it. Let me tell you something. When I was young, I did stupid stuff too. And I liked it and I thought it was cool. It's embarrassing now, a lot of the things I did, thinking I was a stuntman and jumping off of cliffs or whatever I was doing. But I get that's you. Doing it to someone else that trusts you to know what you're doing because you like it and you can tolerate it and you know so little about the human body and especially their human body that you think this is appropriate, that should be a jailable offense. It really should be. Not unlike, yeah, I'm a surgeon and I like knee surgery and I've had a couple knee surgeries. So I know your shoulder's screwed up, but I'm doing a knee surgery. Same idea. You think that's a dumb example? How about this? So you come in and you kill yourself and you do it so well that they go, you should be a coach here, you're awesome. That's like me going to a buffet and eating until I throw up and I can't even stand, and that makes me a chef? It's funny when I actually have this discussion and realize one of the things about discussions and conversations is that if you have a message, a belief system that's somewhat polarizing, the other person you're talking to, they didn't enter that discussion to have their mind changed, right? So they got to start looking at this thing like, well, you just can't do the workout of the day. You just can't do it. That's why you don't like it. That's why you're beating it up. I'm bringing up objective points. But they're not going to see that because they're emotionally attached to the thing. Here's an interesting thing. You're right. I can't do it. And you know why? Because of the stupid crap I did when I was 14 and had my first knee surgery. And the 11 knee surgeries that followed that from all the crazy things I did, reading magazines when I was 17 and when I was 18. And all these things are offered by people I trusted and these role models of the exercise world and all this crazy stuff. Instead of understanding the body, which I came to do over time, but not after some damage was done. So I've actually been waiting on, I was told 20 years ago I needed a knee replacement. Zero cartilage left, and it hurt every day, but honestly, through figuring out how knees work and how to alter forces, I really don't have much pain at all anymore. But if I do something that's abrupt forces in the wrong way on my knee, yeah, there's this pain that makes me go, joint replacement. I hear those words again. Yeah, I have a shoulder, and this is as high as it goes. Because of osteophytes or bone spurs in there, it doesn't even look like a shoulder anymore. This is it. And you want me to do a chin-up? Well, you just need to stretch it. Oh my God! You really don't understand joints. You really don't understand the abnormally altered structure associated with having incurred years of inappropriate stresses when I was a teenager and following what coaches told me to do. So if you look at me and look at my skin and go, anybody can do this, we're going to scale it for you, and you're not scaling ranges and you're not scaling forces and you don't understand, that my shoulder will dislocate if I pull it up any higher. If you don't get that and you think that you can fix that with scaling down the wrong exercise, oh my God, that's such malpractice. Along this idea of scalable exercise and thinking that's truly customizing, consider a couple things here. Let's say that I'm doing this boot camp cross shit thing, and so I've got people doing a vertical leap, and I've got the little thing I'm going up and tapping, and I got a 6-foot tall guy who has, I don't know, by the time he reaches, he's 8 foot from his foot to his hand. So we set the thing at 10 feet tall. And he can jump up and tap this deal, and he does it 10 times, and he's great. And we got a lady that comes in that's 5 feet tall, and when she reaches up, her arm really goes to like 6'8". So we go, well, we're going to bring that down to 8'8". So it's 2 feet above your hand, just like it was this guy. So it's scalable. We brought it down to your height. That's not the way it works, guys. You should think proportions. Because you're assuming that the shorter she gets, she can jump the same absolute height, rather than a percentage of her height being the same as the percentage or ratio to his height. Does that make any sense? You can't use if you got a this is dumb. If you had a 2 foot tall person, would you still make them jump 2 feet? Because they're jumping their entire height. If you're going to do that, make the guy with the 8 foot reach jump 16. Another 8 feet above his head. Does that make any sense? I know there's no I get it. There's not a 2 foot tall person. I'm trying to give an example of proportions, and sometimes looking at the extremes is the best way to do that and realize how ludicrous it is. Here's a completely non-exercise example. A little bit different than the proportions thing. But consider this. What about medication of the day? So you go to the doctor's office and they've already written, regardless of whether you have an inflamed knee, liver cancer, or a headache, they put the medication up there. And they go, no, 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 it's totally scalable. It's cool because I give you 100 milligrams and you get 50 milligrams, you only get 10 milligrams. It's awesome. It's just the wrong medication. I don't even know what's right for any of those 3 people. And you're going, that's a dumb example. It's a great example. Because scalable is taking the same medication, the same modality, and assuming that's right for everybody. You just change the numbers in front of it. And that is not a great example of customization at all. It's a marketing thing. Honestly, it's a lie. It is.